All right, folks. Christian McCullum, the Play Action Pod, back with another edition of the Play Action Podcast. Got my man Vinny Hardy from Cats Talk Wednesday. We're getting closer and closer to March Madness here, so I had to get Vinny on to talk some Kentucky hoops. Vinny, thanks for joining us.
Man, appreciate it, Christian. Always good to hop on, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Now the Cats are back, man. Like last year, I don't even want to call it an up and down year. It was just a down year for Kentucky. But you guys are back this year. What's been the key for you guys making this run back here?
Yeah, historically down last year, man. You had to go back. I mean, 100 years. Nobody's seen it in their lifetimes. Them being that bad. Um, Knew they'd be improved coming in because they pretty much addressed all of their weaknesses. They couldn't shoot. They brought in shooting. They got killed on the boards. They brought in Tshiebwe and his, physicality. Cali made staff changes. They had the transfer portal, so it was kind of, you know, everything that was glaring got addressed heading into this season.
Tshiebwe, I mean, he's Wooden Award candidate, and obviously getting him on the team. I mean, what's his impact been? Besides the obvious. I mean, how big of a addition was that?
Just he's relentless. And he's still raw if it makes any sense. And even though he's the double machine, rebounding at a historic clip, he's starting to kind of get a jumper. He's popping at the free throw line and passing out of double teams better. Um, he just insane work ethic. And the big news is that he was here on a visa where he really wasn't able to capitalize on NIL, which is stupid, but that's a whole nother topic in itself. But they finally kind of found some alternatives. He was doing Cameo, that was about it. But now he's able to do NIL, and there's NIL deals lining up left and right. He's able to bring his mom over from the Congo to see him play, and it could possibly there's multi-million-dollar NIL deals waiting for him. He could possibly come back next year, which would be nobody really thought that coming into this year, but he's kind of got his card set up to where if he wants to come back and capitalize off everything he's done, he's beloved. I mean, he signs autographs for free at Rupp Arena after games. Grandmas want him to be their grandson. He's the perfect. He's like. It's almost like this dude is too nice. And then he's a warrior on the court. He's a beast. And he even said it, if I can bring my mom from the Congo, who's her living conditions over there are not good. He hadn't seen her in 6 years until he went over there this summer. He said, if they bring my mom over here, he said, I'm going to go for 50 and 30. I'm going to be that excited when my mom when my mom is able to see me play in person for the first time. So he deserves all the good stuff that's happened to him because he's been through a lot before, leading up to this point.
And you guys continue to roll. I mean, had some injuries. Ty Washington's been out. Wheeler's been out. But it's kind of opened up things a little bit, getting Toppin involved a little bit here, too. And it's almost like maybe a blessing in disguise there, right?
Yeah, you get the little two-headed monster at the four. You get Keon Brooks and Jacob Toppin. And I've been tweeting about it off and on throughout the season. You can see Toppin's offensive game. You can just see the pieces to the puzzle just gradually fitting together. As bad as last year was, there was just one little spurt. They were at Louisville. Of course, they lost. But he came out, hit a tough turnaround jumper, and then took it to the rim. It was just a little 6-point spurt. And I was like, oh, okay, Jacob. And you just gradually see a little here, a little there. Now, there's still some he's open for a reason moments because he's still like the fourth option when he's out there. But he's stepping out and hitting threes. He's penetrating. Everybody knows he's Jacob's. He's Obi's younger brother. He's an athlete just like Obi is as far as that goes. He's got those genes as well. But the skill part of his game, he's refining it, and it's slowly coming together. And I use the word, it's percolating. It's just bubbling below the surface every game, and you just see it. It's about to just explode when he puts it all together.
I mean, you look at the resume of the team this year. I mean, haven't really been a terrible loss. I had the worst loss with my guys and my Notre Dame guys, and they're probably a tournament team as well. But every other loss is like Auburn, Duke, even LSU, Tennessee. Those teams they're all tournament teams. What's going to be the key, because obviously, getting a high seed, making the dance, getting a high seed isn't the end goal here for this team. What's going to be the key as they run through, the March here to really maximize their potential?
Health. I mean, they've kind of been bitten by the injury bug. Speaking of Toppin, he's had a few ankle rolls. Wheeler, Washington, at full strength, which they lost to Duke at full strength, fair and square. Lost at South Bend and Notre Dame, fair and square. But the loss at Auburn, well, you lose Toppin you lose Wheeler and Washington in that game, and you're up 10 in control on the road. That arena's quiet, and then the offense kind of stalls out because your backcourt is gone. Same thing at LSU. Tata and Severe aren't playing in that game, and you had a 9-point lead at one point. So you can't put asterisks by those losses, but when they're healthy, you pretty much like their chances. I mean, you saw what they did at Kansas. You saw what they did to Tennessee at home. They lost in Knoxville. But then they were shorthanded Saturday against Alabama, get down 13 without their backcourt. Davion Mintz plays the whole game, and Kellen Grady alternate at the point, and they overcome a 13-point lead, a deficit against Alabama, and still, get a win shorthanded. So health is the key in March. If they're healthy, you like their chances. It's a one-game scenario. Anything can happen, but, go down guns blazing in the tournament. You like how they match up with anybody.
All right, great. All right, Vinny, man, we appreciate it. We watching. Shout out. Tell everyone where they can find you guys.
At Cats Talk Wednesday, Cats Talk WED on Facebook and Twitter. See myself and Terry Brown doing our thing each and every week. And appreciate everything you're doing, man. At Play Action Pools, we always shout you out and talk about everything you got going on the site, man. And appreciate everything you've done and having us on and talking about the site and the contest and all the grinding you're doing, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. March is one of my favorite months, so I can't wait till it gets here. It'll be here fast. So, all right, Vinny, we appreciate it, man.
Week.
Thanks a lot, and we'll be checking in with you.
Hey, thanks a lot, Christian. Appreciate it.